Welcome back to Sibling Therapy, the #1 podcast with siblings. I don't know if that's true. I maybe just made that up.
I mean, how many other sibling podcasts are there?
We're the #1 sibling podcast with 4 siblings. I think. Actually, no, I do think there is another podcast technically called Sibling Therapy that recently started.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
Do we
Our
have
lawyers
beef?
will be hearing from them.
Cease and desist.
Theirs is not nearly as funny as ours, though.
I feel like also I would like to petition for us to make like an intro that we're like roll the intro, because now that I'm a avid podcast listener, everyone else they have like these little jingles or like intros that they're like ha 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 and hit it, and they're like bum bum
Do
bum
they?
hi, yeah, like the basically unfiltered one. It's like I'm Heath, I'm Alicia, like even Sierra, like they have one for like 20 whatever. Like
Should we
it's
try
just like
doing
a little
it?
something, but they have to be pre-recorded.
Just like a little oomph.
We'll have to.
My
we'll
name's
have to go to
Eden. I'm the sassy one. I'm Cole. I'm the funny one.
like something like
Go.
we'll workshop it, but it has to be like pre-recorded and filmed, and then that's it like every time.
Maybe we'll get to that for the next episode. Maybe you
Yeah,
guys will be delightfully surprised.
We'll put it on the to-do list.
But we have some very exciting topics to talk about. There's one that's been weighing on my chest for a while now.
Oh,
I'll rip off the Band-Aid.
What is it?
As you know, I've been vegan for a very long time.
Wah wah.
I ate lobster this last weekend.
Wah wah.
I don't know why I did it.
I also have a severe shellfish allergy, so bringing that into the house was.
Oh, you weren't even at a restaurant?
No,
You just bought it and made it?
I was at Whole Foods and I was like, that sounds really good.
Did it have the shell and everything on it still?
It did, and I hated the whole process. I hated having to peel out the tail. Oh, I just got the tails.
Oh, so it wasn't the full body.
No, it wasn't the full body lobster. So I didn't like crack off the arms and like break the spine. So I just had to cut the tail and then like pull out the meat. But it was like raw and it was gooey and it was gross. And I was eating it, and our friend was over. I was like, "Are you sure you don't want any lobster?"
Like so random. Like they just played 2 hours of pickleball.
What are you,
and
a Rockefeller?
He literally is like, "Are you sure you don't want a lobster tail?" And he was like, "No, I actually like I'm sure, but like power to you."
And I was just eating it. I was like, I don't like this.
Meanwhile, we're eating like pizza, and Cole just comes out with like 2 whole lobster
Did you
tails.
hear the lobster cry while you were eating it?
It was already dead. I will
The
not be
ghost of
doing
its tears.
I'm glad I got it out there because I felt like I needed that.
It was like one of those things you had to experience it once to know that you don't really need it in your
Now I
life.
know I don't.
Did
need
you
it.
want it from the standpoint of the taste? Like you just thought lobster was going to taste
I
good?
thought it was gonna taste better than it was.
Did
Like,
you dip
see-
it in butter?
Yeah.
No, that's
No, I'm actually lactose intolerant. I will not eat dairy. That would be.
I think that's what you're mistaking as the delicious part of eating lobster.
Maybe
is
it's
the
just the
melted
butter.
real butter.
it's the idea of
Cause I was
it.
like, it's kind of like I feel like this would taste pretty similar if you just like kind of like a
It's,
tofu.
it's kind of like the idea that you see something and so badly you want it to be this thing that you
Right.
painted it out to be.
'Cause, like, I was
but
watching
then,
videos-
no, let me finish. But then you take a bite of it and you realize that it is not all that it's cut out to be, and all your hopes and expectations suddenly are
Where
out
the heck
door.
is this going?
No, but it is like sometimes you build the thing up bigger in your head.
And we
then
are
to
still
get to
talking
it.
about the lobster.
Are we?
Are we?
Are we still
What
talking
are
about
you
lobster?
talking about?
What are you talking?
Are we supposed to read in between the lines?
I'm
confused.
kidding. I was a joke.
Oh, also, you need to be careful with your little mic waving. The last podcast, you were like talking and your mic was pointed at me and it wasn't even picking me up.
Well, maybe all of us should get stands then.
Maybe we should. Maybe when they don't skip the ads and just like don't skip ad for like the one podcast and we'll all get standing mics.
I have my topic.
Do you?
Oh,
Wait,
okay.
I'm gonna pop this before
I thought you already
You
did.
already did.
I did and I didn't commit. I'm addicted to sparkling things.
You can't commit. The idea of the sparkling water is better than the actual reality of it.
What's your topic?
Well, it's not really a topic. It was just something I was going to bring up. So, speaking of sponsorships, because we need a sponsorship for our podcast,
Oh.
we have an idea for an episode that we're going to do on the Scories. Spoiler, potentially, building a doghouse. And we just got an email from a dog shot collar company.
Oh, perfect. So we're gonna train the dogs from being a bad dog to a good dog.
I
we
think
tell
they also
Eddie-
call them e-collars now.
No, it was shot collar.
Oh,
It
really?
said in the email. That was sarcasm in case it wasn't picked up. It was like, will you promote our shot collar in your new YouTube video? And I was
Like,
like,
yeah, we got a dog. Eden will wear it. That
Oh, cancel Cole.
did you think the idea of that was...
was okay.
Did you have an idea,
My
but the
expectation fell short.
execution?
But
Or
then
maybe I meant she's like my dog.
What?
Like, I'm his dog. Like, whoa.
Oh, like DAWG?
Yeah. I'm his dog.
Anyway,
We're losing Gen Z
we
here.
need to find a sponsor for this episode so that we can get microphone stands. I think that's
Yes.
the point.
Yes, please.
What's your guys' opinions on the term yapping?
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 I feel like it's
I've never heard that
fine.
used
You've
seriously.
never
Never
heard
heard
the
it?
term yapping?
like you're a yapper.
I mean, I've heard it as a word, but I've never heard somebody say it enough.
Like, if
that
you're
I
like,
can
oh,
She
she's
didn't always
yapping.
be. She always be like on this podcast, trying to be all introspective. She's like, "What do you guys think about the word yapping?"
it's called having ADHD.
Oh,
I like the word yapping. Why do you not?
Why'd you say it like I said like a terrible? You're
like,
like,
it sounded like you burped. You did.
definitely did not.
What are your thoughts? Do you have strong opinions on
Well,
it?
no, because I feel like it wasn't this bad thing, but then like recently I feel like people have switched it to be like more of a negative term. They're like, oh, like she's such a yapper. Versus it was more like, it was like yapping, like, oh, I love a yap session, but like I've just been hearing it
No,
more.
I think it's the
feel
same thing as like drama. But, oh my gosh, there's drama. Be like, there's drama.
Yeah, I think you're probably just like seeing older content because I feel like it started bad first where people were like yapping, and then that's why people kind of took it back where they're like, yep,
Maybe.
I'm the yapper, and they're like, yap, 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 queen of Yap Town. Like,
Are you
so they
feeling
kinda
like it's
took
been
that.
used against you?
No, I'm not a yapper.
You're not a
You're-
yapper?
Okay,
You're
okay.
certified
no,
yapper.
no. Okay, in public settings, I'm not a yapper because I was with my friend last night and someone
Name
admit-
drop. Who are you with? Who are you with?
I was with my friend, and then someone had said they were like, "Oh, she's like such a yapper," but then
Wait,
she
you
had-
or the other person?
the other person, my
Okay.
friend. But then my friend was like, had kind of taken it, like she was like, "Well, Eden also like yaps," and he was like,
I
"Nah."
think we all yap.
Okay, I was
Actually,
gonna
I think
say.
we all yap.
First of all, if it was a man who said it, then like immediately no. Like immediately doesn't get an opinion on yapping. But you being a yapper,
That is sexist.
Eden will literally come into the office and then she'll be like, "Oh, one quick thing before we jump into it." Meanwhile, we're all like already working.
We've jumped in.
We've been
Yeah.
jumped in.
She shows
You're
up
in
30
the
minutes
deep end
late
of the pool.
with her energy drink. She's like, by the way,
I said this quick story. It goes like goes for like 20 minutes, and then we're
First of
like,
all-
we really do want to hear this, but like we are all like in the thick of this in the moment. Can we loop back?
And not to get
Most-
political, but I have seen a lot of people complain about Kamala's yapping, and I'm like, have you ever seen Trump talk? Like,
he's a yapper.
he's a
He's a yapper.
yapper.
he's
Well-
a delusional yapper.
I was listening.
We said we were not gonna.
but like at the same time, I feel like it's annoying. People are like, we're not gonna get political, but like we have political opinions, and I feel like it's okay
Well,
to share those.
I just because even someone thought the other night they were like, they asked me, they're like, I wasn't sure like what your political beliefs
And
are.
I don't want anyone
And
to ever
that's what-
question me.
That's what I mean. It's like I would rather be more upfront with what I am than have
Absolutely.
people think that I'm something that I'm not, and I'm like believing in morals that like other people are, because
Yes.
I'll just say it, I do not have the same morals as some of the people on the opposing side.
Like I
of-
literally am like considering being like a call center for like Kamala. Like you can do that from home, where you can like call people.
She
and
said,
be like,
"Ray,
"Are you
you
registered to vote?"
exist in the context."
She said, "Do you like coconut trees?"
She's like 1-800 context coconut.
Yeah, we did a
Anyway,
good job for you.
I was going to say, based off, I was listening to a book that Cole had recommended called Why She Buys, and it's all about
so good.
the philosophy of like women and men being like different on so many different levels, but specifically when it comes to talking, how men have a hard time talking to each other and relating to one another through conversation, so they find it pointless when women do it, versus like that's how women build connection with one another and are able to like empathize and feel things, and like that's through conversation. So I feel like anytime a man's like, "Oh, you're a yapper," they're annoying.
Well, that's why I appreciate like two of my friends who are guys. They have said that to me and my friend, that like they had to essentially kind of like learn
Who?
to like
Name
You're
drop.
into Yap.
just like to sit and listen, and now they like genuinely enjoy it and have told us. So like we love getting to sit down and just like talk. And he's like, that's not something that like we normally do.
Look at you, changing people.
But
Yapper.
also, most of the time when
Turn
I
into
come
a yapper.
into Yap, I would like to preface too. Usually, it's like problems and I need to like rant.
But like, girl, it's every
It's
day.
just funny. I love a good Yap session.
the
It's just
childhood
funny.
trauma is coming back right now. I'm literally never
It's
talking when I come
just
back.
Hilarious how you always say before we jump into it.
Like we all already are in the deep end. We're submerged.
The way
We're with the Titanic. Oh. Too far.
Anyway, we're
The
always
silence
we need to learn how to like mute mics.
Also, I would like to point out it is a podcast, so yap away.
Yes,
Yap
I
away.
love your morning yaps, but I just found it
See,
funny that you
and
were like,
she's
I'm
so
not a yapper.
sensitive. Now she's like toned out.
Gets bullied, and then it's like,
Nobody bullied you. Nobody bullied you. Oh my gosh.
I can't remember what I was watching. What was it? There was someone.
Big brother.
Maybe no, it wasn't Big Brother. It was some
Was it Big Brother, Eden?
sibling dynamic. They were
know.
a famous sibling, and I can't remember. Maybe it was Billy and
Phineas?
Phineas, but they had done something that I laughed, and I was like, "That is the most sibling interaction," and that was very sibling interaction right
I
That's
there.
like
funny.
the one of Billy and Nate Wolf. They're not siblings, but they act like siblings. But like at the end of that one Vogue interview, and they're like, yeah, and she like jumped
flings
on
herself
him.
on him.
Did you guys hear about the play that Nate Wolf is in? Wait, isn't his name?
is he from Naked
Nat?
Brother Band?
Isn't it
Yeah,
Nat?
Nat Wolf.
It is
Nat
that.
Wolf. With
Yeah, he was in Naked
what's
Brother.
her name from?
Dude, I think that might have been
Janet
like my.
McCurdy?
Yeah,
That might
but
have been
they're
my
in
first
this
crush.
play, but it's like a secret play. Wait, who?
We're just gonna breeze past. The Naked Brother Band was your first crush?
I think so.
Where did that come from? You didn't just went back. She said,
We're talking
"Ooh."
about him.
She got the flashback.
Because I was trying to think, because then I was like, well, I remember Sunny with a Chance, how it was like the Chad Dylan Cooper, like, but then I was like, I think Naked Brother Band came before Sunny with a Chance.
Naked Brother Band is
But
Wild.
I just remember
Vlogging
like
before vlogging
having
exists.
the biggest crush on him.
I feel like that makes sense because they also were like I feel like the youngest
Right,
kids on
yeah.
TV, and
Yeah.
like you were really young, so like to like see that.
Well, maybe you should go to this play because
So
it's
wait, what do you mean it's
true.
a secret play?
okay. It's a secret play. Nobody knows what
like a
happens
speakeasy
in
play.
the
Oh.
play, and apparently
kind of like
it's-
Daddy Longlegs. No one knew what happened to them, what he looked like.
right. I guess maybe. And everyone has been like lining up. Like there's huge lines. Like everyone wants to try to get tickets, but every time they go on sale, they sell
And
out.
nobody knows what they're about to see.
Right, and you're not allowed to talk about
Is
it.
it in a secret location?
It's not in a secret location, but I guess the theater's kind of known for doing like experiments.
Is it
stuff.
New York?
Interesting.
No, LA. But people just said it was like life changing. They're like, you have to
Oh.
go. You
You
can't
just-
talk about it. You just have to show up and experience
It's
it.
kinda
Sign me
fun.
up.
You just like go there, this like like stand on stage and like turn a mirror around or something, and be like, "You are the play." Everyone's like, "Oh my god!"
That's
That would be
wild.
very LA.
That's why
I-
it feels very LA.
I have another funny story. I don't think Tyler heard this, but we have a friend. We'll call her Shakira, and
She's like, yo.
la, 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 la.
Okay.
Because we're not name dropping apparently. Well, this one we should name drop. We should know who it is, but we were at our house. We were all going out into the town.
Oh,
as the
this
young
story.
said.
Yeah, this was wild.
And I'm a very honest person, and I
You need to preface
Yes.
this part of the story.
I speak my truth.
The
And-
drama this caused me.
And we were sitting around the table. I don't know how it came up, and she was like,
There's a group of friends. I think this is important too. Like they
Yes.
were with other friends. There's
There were
like
5
a bunch
of
of
us.
friends.
and she was like, she started going down a rabbit hole, and like I could see her starting to like spiral. And then she was like, Cole, we're friends, right? Because like someone said something about like me and her aren't friends. And she's like, we're friends, right? And then I was like, well, I mean, like, I don't know if we're like best.
No, you should use
Hey,
that.
whose story is this? Whose story is this?
I just feel like you're changing details now that we're on the
And then-
podcast.
And then I was like, well, like, And I know I shouldn't have said this word. And I said, we're like acquaintances or mutual friends. And what I was trying to say is we are friends because Eden is our connected
You're
tissue.
friends by association, which is still friends.
But like, we don't do anything together. We like only do it with you.
But you still come and do the activities. Also, all five of us hang out together.
I'm assuming part of the story is she was offended by that.
She was
devastated.
She was devastated.
Oh, poor Shakira.
You said, oh, no.
And so, yeah, we had a little talk about it.
Wait, were you there?
No, but he told me the story, and I was like, if a girl ever asks you in front of a group of people of your friends, you don't just say,
right, I can see how
no,
that'd be.
we're acquaintances. I was like, that's so embarrassing.
Okay, and let's talk about this. Is it okay to lie for the better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you think I should have lied?
Yes.
It
because
wasn't, it's not even a
one
lie.
of those
It's not a lie.
No, but I'm just saying, like, if it's one of those things where, like this is my whole thing, and I've been, like, trying to do this more in life, is if I say something, no, like, actually, it's like, if I say something, I want to think about the words that I'm saying and what reaction it causes to someone else. Mm-hmm. And I always want that to try to be an upward reaction.
Directed towards no one specifically here, right?
No. But just in general, like, I just mean, like, if someone says something like, oh, like, look at this funny TikTok. If I say, oh, I've already seen that, versus being like, ha, I'm just going to fake laugh. And, like.
So you're living your life in a lie.
But that's what I'm saying,
I think,
is it's like there's times where it makes sense to do that because it betters, like.
Not everyone's going to think I'm a bully who's watching this thing. What the heck? You literally just dunked on me.
No, it's, I know where you're coming from.
I also just, like, I was trying to be truthful.
Right. Right. I think also, too, the point that Eden's trying to make, which I think is the thing that I, again, can appreciate, is
from whose standpoint?
From Eden's standpoint.
Not your standpoint.
No, I just mean that there's two sides to everything.
Right.
Like, there is the side that you're like, okay, we're not the closest friends, which again is a truth, and there's also the other side that you like hanging out with her, and I think the point is, like, they can both be true at the same time.
And, like, also, like, of course, like, she's Eden's friend. So it would be weird if you guys were like, oh, like, we're just going to hang out by ourselves one-on-one. Like, that's not the relationship that you have, but she still is a friend of yours.
Okay. Even some of your friends that, like, I've hung out with, again, like, same thing. I'm like, no, they're not my closest friend by any means. But if they were to ask me, I would still say, oh, yeah, my friend.
Okay, whatever. I will make a note.
Wait, how did it end? Did you make
We call each other acquaintances every time we see each other.
I did have to explain to her, though.
Business cards.
I think it helped when I told her that I was like, this is how he views all my friends. It's not just a you thing. And then I think she was like, because I think she felt like he was just saying
singling
that
her out.
right about her specifically.
Even though she's Shakira.
Everyone's friends
and
with
we are
Shakira.
talking about actual Shakira, by the way. This is not an alias.
Cat's out of the bag. We actually were name dropping the entire time. It was Shakira.
Okay, we need to get into even more juicy topics.
Ooh.
Friendship drama.
Ooh.
There's a big scandal going on, and I'm not like one to like scandal chase and like, stir up the tea for the sake of stirring up the tea. But Tyler texted us last night, and I've been waiting to talk about it because I don't know what is happening.
Oh.
But there's something going on with
I'm
Mr.
scared to
Beast.
talk about it on a podcast.
What'd you say?
I'm scared to talk about it on a podcast.
Why?
I feel like we don't have like enough information.
I don't
just
know
fill me in.
anything.
We're not trying to.
I'll just.
We'll just stick with the facts that we know.
Yeah, have the facts that we know.
Because also, before you say anything, I have had a problem with Mr. Beast
Oh.
for some of his videos where it feels a little much of like the rich playing with the poor. Of like some of his videos are like
I have thought that one
gladiator
too.
style, where it's like
Yes.
you're going to kill each
Dance
other
puppet.
for the king's entertainment, but like it's a bunch of poor people, and all of them are like, I can't pay my medical bills, I can't pay my loans. And then it's like you have a chance to win $1 million, and like that's very psychologically taxing, and a like literally like 1 in a million chance of actually getting it. And
Okay, we could also set the record straight on one of the things if we want to put our hat into the ring of the drama. Okay, so basically, an ex-employee at Mr. Beast had made this really long video. It was 4 hours long.
an ex-employee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was going, he said it's one of, I think he said 4 or 5 videos that he's doing exposing Mr. Beast and the behind the scenes.
What was his role?
it sounded like that's also part of the drama. Is they claim that he really only worked there for a short amount of time and he was just like an editor or something like that. I don't know all the information.
Must have been something if he wasn't wrapped up in NDAs.
Maybe actually he might have been on the sales side of things because he talked a lot about like the sales side of things. Basically, to condense it, there's a lot of information. There's a lot of allegations. There's a lot of names being thrown around. He kind of complained about a lot of different things. The biggest one, which I will kind of agree with, saying coming from a kid standpoint, that some of Mr. Beast's stuff with the whole like giveaways, which I have a problem with personally on YouTube.
Yes.
And I see a lot of other YouTubers do this, where they lean on giveaways as a way to like pull in kids, which I think is kind of like gambling.
It is.
Well, it's also a little manipulative.
And it's
Yeah, it is a little.
statistically, like, it's weird that it's not, or that it is allowed, but like the whole like chocolate bar, like thing, like, oh, like buy as many chocolate bars as you can to like get the golden ticket or whatever. Like, that is gambling, and like you're not allowed to gamble with children. So I don't quite know the legalities of like how they got around it.
Exact gambling because you were getting something out of it, which is the chocolate.
Well, but you're not
You're
not allowed to have it paid in exchange for it. You're supposed to be able. The official law is that you're supposed to be able to submit for free.
Don't say official law because we are not adjudicators.
No, but that is
No, that
the
is
law.
the law. So like anytime Starbucks does like the summer games or whatever, where you have to purchase to get like free
the no
tokens.
purchase
Right.
necessary.
Right, but you can go to the website and
Right.
fill out a form.
Which again, this
and
is
get your
all
free
normal
things.
stuff because I remember growing up, just as an example, you know, there was like the Danimals, like win the trip with
Sweet Life, Zack and
Sweet Life,
Cody.
Zack
Yeah.
and Cody. And so again, I
Which
wanted
did
to
anyone
go.
ever win that?
Yeah, I
The
saw
kid came out and like was like, this is what.
This is what it was like. Here are the
Yeah.
pictures.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. Okay.
And so I remember as a kid, like begging my mom to get the Danimals because I
I thought you were
wanted
gonna say the damn,
Get the damn
yogurt.
yogurt.
So I was begging her to get the damn yogurt.
because I wanted to go to the Sweet Life and Zack and Cody. So again, these are tactics that have been used throughout
Forever.
history.
Okay,
the
so
cavemen.
What did the guy say?
George Washington is like,
he
if
just
you-
complained about it and then basically said that they also too like rig some of the games. That was his claim, that they rigged them, and he
Well,
was
which
like,
ones? Because like the ones with Mac are clearly staged.
right,
He said,
like
like,
he
a
used some of
lot of
those.
them were.
He had used the example of Bella and Dallin, which again, like I said, we obviously know them and know that they didn't have any affiliation with Mr. Beast, but he was like, it's suspicious that he won this when he's already a big YouTuber and
No,
blah, blah, blah.
he was saying that the producers were
Like,
rigging
leaning it towards
yes.
him?
No, beforehand. That like he was like they.
He used
when-
them as the
Yeah,
they
like,
threw
he
Bella and
outed
Dallin.
them.
Yes.
But no. But what he was saying was that for anytime they did anything random, that the producers were randomly selecting people. So not that it was like a exchange, but that they were like essentially what he was saying allegedly was that they were like scanning lists of people who were buying the Feastible candies, checking on them to be like, who is this person, and then deciding whether or not to send tickets.
Right, which
was
probably
what he was implying.
honestly is the case because, and
like,
I don't know this. to
like
be
not
the case.
well. I was supposed to say like that's kind of the case with any production though. It's like you
Right.
have to have some level.
I
But
think
if
people-
you're claiming it's random, though, that's where the
Right.
but
I-
it's
I
still
think-
random people buying it.
I think the problem is, and I'm just putting this out there, most reality TV show is scripted and it's fake, meaning that you have the producers trying to shape the storyline. And I think a lot of people think Mr. Beast is 100% not scripted, but when in reality, it's
he's
such
a
a big
reality
production and
TV
it's a
show.
reality TV show. And so these are things that usually happen in reality TV shows that I think
Right.
he's trying to paint, and some of the people who are upset who
Right.
did believe and think that
Which
it wasn't reality
It's
TV
weird
show.
because like Mac, who he did the 3 episodes on for like the wedding, like he was Airac's guy and he was in all of Airac's videos, and obviously Mr. Beast hired him, and they had that 3 like episode
Right.
story arc already planned, which again like. Yeah, I guess I could see like
You'll have to
You
watch
wanna
all 4
talk-
hours.
you-
You'll have to watch it all.
because what was his main? Was that his main thing? Was it wasn't about like the,
No, there was,
because
like-
then there's like Rosanna Pansino canceling Mr. Beast.
there was also just like the work ethic behind all these things, which I feel like I have seen other people complain that like it's any industry where you're working with that much money, it's going to be a very high pressured situation where I don't think you're thinking about the people first. And I think that is shown across in like a lot of different industries where that is the case. And I feel like this is like a similar thing coming to light because it's happening so quickly. But I do also think on the flip side that there's something to be said of the same people that are like, oh, like, this is unfair, like, we don't like that you're doing this, are also the same people that are watching those videos. So I feel like there's a bit of a double standard of people wanting to be like
everything is
entertained and be like, oh, well, I want to watch this Hunger Games style entertainment, but then it's like, how dare you do this kind
It's
of
like the
content?
same
so he's not
people
even
that
getting canceled
complain.
for what I assumed he's getting canceled. Well, it's also cancel culture is like not like that guy, but like cancel culture is like kind of extreme.
You're trying to cancel culture?
Yes.
Wow. You know, it gives the same energy as people that are like, oh, fast fashion is so horrible for the world. Anyways, my Shein order
Oh, yeah, 'cause
comes
that
in
was
next
In terms of
week.
things you have gotten canceled for, like, it's not like Mr. Beast. He just is unfortunately caught in the crossfire of being a personality on YouTube too, because it's like Elon Musk is a horrible person, but like millions of people still buy his cars, and it's not like people are going to the streets like, no more Tesla.
Talk to
Anyways.
James Charles.
True. I also would like to add, reality TV show, I had my heart crushed and demolished over The Perfect Match. I invested so much time and energy.
Wait, the new season?
Yes, I won't spoil it because
That's
you're gonna
okay, I'm
watch
probably
it.
not gonna watch
okay.
it.
They spent this whole season, and there was this couple that literally was like perfect. They were like polar opposites, ended up linking up. Like, he literally was like, if they didn't win the date, he would like throw a date in the house for him and her, and he would like make their own date like in the backyard and like set up a tent and do
It
like
seemed like they were the
camping and
perfect
stuff.
match.
No, literally.
They weren't
Then
the perfect match.
no, this new girl comes in on
The
last
bombshell.
episode. The last
Oh my
episode literally matches with this random guy, and somehow the two of them are the ones that win the show instead of like the long term.
Oh.
Like, and then that's when I was like, there's something wrong with reality TV show because my girl Alara definitely deserved to have won that. And then also, let's like not to like get too much into The Perfect Match, but then there was like this whole thing with Harry Jousey, and like I knew they were underplaying like how bad the situation was, but he like had this clip where he kind of like cheated on his match
Okay.
In the house.
and he had just said that it was like him just like he just like was talking to her, and he was like, I was being so flirty, and he's like, I'm so unloyal, like I'm so sorry, please forgive
Wait, I'm
me.
so unloyal?
Like to his match, like he
Oh,
was
like he
saying
was
that to the
admitting that
girl,
he was-
but then the girl was like, I feel like you're underselling what like really happened. And then the girl came into the house and she was like, oh, he kissed me, what is he like telling you?
This is still perfect match.
Yes, but
The
then
same season.
they found like footage in the next episode.
Who found footage?
No. It was they added footage of
Like
it.
they showed.
And it was him going up to the producers, and he was like, we were outside of the camera zone, like you didn't get the kiss, right? And he was like, we weren't in like filming perimeters, but like they were like showing him from another camera. So then that whole relationship ended. It
Wow.
was very dramatic, but let me tell you, I was on the edge of my seat.
I feel like people who go on dating shows are just chronically living in a dating show world. Next topic we got to talk about is the lip gloss, which I noticed that you're wearing. Tell the people about the lip gloss, Eden.
We have a new lip gloss line launching called All Eyes on Me. Today's sponsor. No, I'm just kidding.
We got our sponsor.
But no, it is a lip gloss line that we have been working on for a long time now, and it is finally almost here. We've had friends get the official.
It will be here by the time this comes out.
Oh, you're right. It's out. Yay!
Whoa!
When I say that as someone who uses lip gloss and was a huge fan of the Kylie Jenner lip kits as they were coming out,
You think they're better than Kylie Jenner's?
I think the gloss is for sure better than Kylie Jenner's.
Let's go.
We tested so many glosses. It was so funny because we had like all these different Dixie cups just filled with different glosses and colors and flavors.
Pigments.
And we had to keep like putting it on, like taking it off till we found like the perfect one. We tried to do a sparkle and we are like, this doesn't.
Well,
this
and again, it
doesn't
was
stick.
one of those things where like we can't master it yet. We'll
Right.
just like stick to what we do know.
So we
and
did.
we've had multiple friends. We brought them to the pickleball courts, and one of them's like not even really like a big lip gloss girly.
Name
and
drop. Who?
Stop saying that every time I say a name. But they literally were like, this is so impressive. And they're like, this is
Was
like
it Shakira?
really good. No, Shakira wears lip gloss. But again, Shakira wears lip gloss and she loved the glosses.
Shakira wears lip gloss on the
And
little stage.
she's had all the prototypes like from start to finish. And like we literally go out and we'll be out and about and like she'll put that on and she'll be like, this is my favorite lip gloss.
No, it's so cute. The bottles are absolutely adorable.
They're chunky.
What'd you say?
The bottles are chunky.
Oh.
They got a little girth to them.
I love chunky bottles.
Yeah. So it's good. It's cute. Do we have an example?
No, we forgot the bottle. Go
Well,
go to alleyesonmecosmetics.com and you can see it for yourself
Or
and
what?
maybe buy one.
Insert a photo on the screen for the viewers. That are
Maybe
watching.
we'll
Yes, right
find
here.
out.
Ding.
Editor,
Ta-da!
ask for this if we didn't send it. Gabriella, you wanted to talk about your Disney return process. I don't even know what that means.
Okay, so I just wanted to shout out Disney for like their amazing customer
slay.
support.
Oh, this is literally
I
like
did notice what was on your hand
Yes.
today.
So when we were
An engagement ring.
She's getting mad! When Eden and I were in Disneyland, we had gotten these super duper cute matching Mickey rings that were adorable. They're so sparkly. If you're watching it, you can see it on my hand. It's so sparkly.
This is her right hand, not her left hand.
Yes.
not the mailer's hand.
And 2 days after wearing mine, like 3 of the gems fell out, and then they kept falling out. And I was like, okay, this was like a $26 ring. So I was like, enough where I cared. If it was like $5 or whatever, I wouldn't have like bought anything.
Yeah.
So I reached out to them and I was like, I couldn't.
Widowy, what the heck?
Yeah, I couldn't find it. I said,
Bring
get Nikki
me.
on the phone. I couldn't find it on the website, so I was a little worried because I was like, oh no, are they like not going to replace this for me? But I emailed them and I told them what happened, sent a picture, sent my receipt. I was like, this, I bought it. You know, I was like, I would love a replacement ring because I love the ring, but like now I can't wear the other one. And they got back to me and they're like, well, at first it was kind of vague because they're like, if there's a replacement, you'll get it in 14 days. And then I was like, okay. Or it said a refund. So then I kind of forgot about it because I was like, okay, I guess we'll
And
see
then
what
it
happened.
just showed up.
Well, this ginormous box shows up, and my boyfriend was like, what did you order? And I was like, this literally, I thought it was your box. And then so it just sat there for a couple days because I like completely forgot about it. I was like, I didn't order anything. This was like a huge box. And so finally I opened it, and then there's just like a Disney shopping bag from like California Adventures, and then it had
One
the ring
ring?
inside.
Aww.
That's nice.
Speaking of good customer service, since we're shouting out the companies with good customer service, ClassPass has amazing customer service because what?
I'm curious. No, go ahead.
So if you don't know, I have endometriosis. So every once in a while I get a very bad flare up where like I can't walk, I'm in a lot of pain, but ClassPass usually has like a $15 cancellation fee within the 12 hours. And I had sent them a message one of the nights because I had this like terrible flare up, like no medication was working, and I was like, oh, like I do not want to pay the $15 to cancel this because it's like not even my fault. Like I want to go to the workout. And I literally sent them an email and I was like, hi, like, I know this is this is a stretch, but like, I'm out sick. Like, I have endometriosis, which causes this, XYZ. Is there any way I could get like the cancellation fee waived on this? And she literally responded and she was like, oh my gosh. And she's like, girl, like, we got you. And she was like, we totally understand that like life happens. And she's like, this is so far out of your control and you should not have to like pay a cancellation fee because like your body's doing this to you. And she literally goes, reach out to me in the future next
my
time you have a
gosh.
flare up, and we'll make sure
That's
that
so
like
nice.
these are covered so that like
Amazing.
you don't have to worry about that because like we know that this isn't in your control. I literally like was texting my friend. I was
You're
like
like, ClassPass
crying.
for
No,
life.
I was like, bump up my membership. I was like, give me the higher tier. I literally will be a ClassPass loyal stand now for
Wait,
like
what
the
can you
rest
get
of my
on
life.
I love
ClassPass?
that.
What do I get out of ClassPass? What do I get out of ClassPass? ClassPass? Okay, can we have ClassPass be our sponsor for the podcast? I literally love ClassPass. It's like this app where you get a certain amount of credits per month and you can use them at local like fitness places, but also it doesn't stop there. You can also use them at wellness places. So I literally got a facial underneath my class pass, so I get facials, massages, I can get a haircut, I've got my eyebrows
haircut?
done.
Jeez.
Like, there's so many things, and I do the $80 one per month. So again, like, I'm getting like classes and like all this stuff. I love it.
That's so fun. I thought you said you were gonna. I thought where the story was going was that you reached out after you accidentally canceled the class.
No,
You
that
got
was on me.
That's what I thought, because Eden mixed up our schedules and thought we had something in the morning, but we didn't.
I made
she
it
canceled
oopsie.
her class, but I thought she reached out and tried to explain it to them. But
No,
that's
that was fully on me. I was like, I will not abuse this power. I will only use it if needed.
Cole, are we worrying you? You've taken to doodling and
I
haven't
was
answered
trying-
or said
Oh,
I'm
anything.
just gonna throw that out there. I was trying to segue into our next segment, but I don't think you took the bone.
What's the next segue?
She was gonna tell us about her facial.
Well, and then she started talking about other things.
No, I was trying to segue into that.
Eden got, speaking of class pass, going back
See what
to
I was trying.
class pass. I hope you guys enjoyed that little free advertisement. Eden got a facial on class pass, and it was pretty terrifying to see, to say the least.
I got microneedling, which is where they inject 16 mini microneedles into your face over
Oh.
and over and over and over and over.
Did it hurt?
So here's the thing: they numb you, but the numbing didn't work on half my face, but
Oh.
it worked on the other half.
Ew.
And I didn't realize that that's what was happening, so it like really, really hurt. And me being like the socially anxious person that I am, I just was like, "Oh, it's okay. Beauty is pain." Like. And then she was like, "Girl, is this hurting?" And she was like, "It's supposed to be like weird, but not like
You have like a
hurting."
single tear going
No,
down.
literally, I think I did have a tear. I think that's why she was like, "Are you like?" She was like,
You
"Does
were
this like
crying?
hurt?"
Are you good?
Yeah, it really hurt. So then she was like, "Okay, well, let's leave the numbing." But basically, it like it's kind of gross, but it, like you bleed a little bit, and then it like kind of just stays on your face. I was so red for what, like 3 days. I mean, I still am. I'm
Your
wearing
face
makeup.
looked like raw.
Yeah, like it literally
Yeah, it was
looked
pretty
like my
brutal.
face was like burned and stuff. And then Cole and my friend were like, "Let's go get pizza that night." And I was like, I cannot go out like this. I like terrifying. And then Cole's like, "Everyone goes out after facials. You're fine." We ended up taking in.
That's when I had my lobster.
Yes.
Eden's face is just as red as the lobster.
We're connecting all the dots.
Yeah. This is one day after meeting Shakira. You guys get the whole line.
This is what Gabrielle in the background was returning her ring.
You thought that this was all disconnected, but
It's like
little did you
it's
know.
like the movie Hoodwinked.
That's another good
movie.
segue. Speaking into crises of Little Red Riding Hood, Eden's red face. On to that, your birthday is in disarray right now too.
I'm already having the worst birthday. Every year I do an iconic birthday photo shoot. This year I literally made sure to order my stuff enough time in advance.
When did you order?
It was
I
delayed.
ordered the dress 10 days ago.
And it was Prime?
No, that was
There's
from a
like my
website.
regular website.
I went through a regular website and it said delivery time 4 to 5 business days. I think they just took freaking forever to actually ship it out.
It was such a cute dress.
was-
Wait, is that coming in?
No, and my whole
Aw.
thing was like kind of like tortured poet like department themed. So I was gonna get like a newspaper and like I worked on the newspaper to do like Eden's birthday breaking news,
Aw.
like and like my backdrop
Maybe you
is
can do a
delayed.
Newsies
Like
theme instead. Like get a little cap.
no,
A little dirt
I
on your
don't
face?
want that. And like my balloons are delayed. Like all my entire Amazon Prime stuff is all delayed. Like it was supposed to be delivered
What?
yesterday. So again, it didn't do yesterday today.
It's not
and
gonna
now
come
it's
today
not even
either?
saying tomorrow. It literally is like, "We're sorry, this is so late. If you want to cancel, like go ahead."
That's very
and I'm
sad.
like,
No.
so.
Oh, so
like,
what's the
it
backup
seems-
plan?
It seems dramatic to cry over a birthday photo shoot, but I low
The
key am
backup
What's
plan-
the
embarrassed.
backup plan?
Newsies.
The backup plan was a second batch of stuff that I ordered from Amazon when the first stuff wasn't coming in.
What's the backup plan?
Dude, I have no idea. Like, I literally don't know.
Oh,
Well, have you seen those videos of like people turning trash bags into like runway ready outfits?
I'm not in the mood.
You
What
could-
about something? I'm trying to brainstorm. Give you some ideas. Underwater. Have you seen those pictures? Those
I
are cool.
hate underwater. Like, I don't like being wet.
Okay, well we tried helping.
Also, where's our underwater camera?
What about those mirror ones? Have you seen those?
No.
It's like them in a field, and they'll have like a mirror.
You could do like
that's-
corn theme.
what if you did instead
Country.
of like
Okay, what's the theme you're going for of like 25?
24.
24. Okay. What's your overall? You were going Tortured Poets Department Society. What?
Tortured.
When I turned 24, I did like a face
But what?
thing that I got older each time, so you could dress up as an old lady.
Right. Like what was it about it that you resonated with? Like the newspapers and stuff.
Well, one, I just always do like a very glitz and glam one
Okay.
every year, and then I do the balloon, like the big balloon
Right.
with the
Right.
numbers.
Well, you can get the big balloon from Party City, right?
It's gonna be so expensive.
I know they are expensive.
My pack was $5 for the two.
Yeah, these were like $25.
Like each balloon.
Okay. Generative fill.
Maybe AI. The whole thing's just an
That's the
AI.
thing,
That's
we
it. I'm
got
not
that.
even in
Okay,
the
wait.
photos.
But you know that one girl on like Instagram who like we met her forever ago at one of like the YouTube things, but her whole thing is like super like she starts with like really basic pictures, but then does like really cool
And
like
AIs
photoshops. Well, she does
But like she's
actual
good
Photoshop.
at Photoshop.
But with AI, I feel like we could get some really cool things for you.
I don't know.
What if we did like an Eden and like Alice in Wonderland type thing? So then it like that way
I also
it made
just
sense.
don't like love the like AI thing because the whole thing is like the outfits and like again like it was supposed to be like
Right.
pearls
Like, it's more
and
fashion.
like right like I'm like a fashion page, not like a photography or like a graph.
Right.
I got to imagine you have some outfits you could wear.
Not that I own. I'd have to go like shopping
You own a
tonight.
whole walk-in closet.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it has to be like a big reveal
statement
of
piece.
Right.
Like, I've had DMs from people literally being like, "We can't wait for this year's birthday shoot."
Who was
Side.
it?
I don't
Not
know.
that I don't believe you.
No, like when I posted, like I was talking about my photo
So they
shoot.
swiped up.
Yes,
So
and
they
they
didn't just like DM you out of the blue.
no, but they messaged me that they were
I'm
excited.
just
There's-
trying to make sure the facts
There's
are straight.
expectations, and you want those met.
And you
I got
don't
rid of
want
them all
the
tonight.
expectation to fall short.
I don't know because again I was supposed to do it after work and I literally only have tonight to do it because Cole has to take the photos. Ah! My cholesterol level.
Your
No, that's not
cholesterol.
Cortisol.
Yeah.
Yes. You're like, I ate way too much oatmeal.
I feel your pain, though.
I feel your pain too.
We'll brainstorm afterwards. We'll figure something out.
We're very sorry. But you could do the country one.
Also-
That could be funny.
Cole made a comment when I was like, "Can you take my photos?" And he was like, "Oh God, my least favorite day of the year, Eden needing her birthday photos."
I think you should do country. Like, remember the...
Why would I do country?
You go to the country bar.
Yeah.
You can do it on a mechanical bull.
Riding my way into
Guys,
24.
respectfully, I hate all of these ideas.
But don't you love country? Because you literally like, I want to talk about country.
Okay,
Eden.
I do think it is funny though because I have had like a slight resurface in my country
See?
era.
See? Me
And-
too.
It's your
Me
suede
too.
boots.
We're on our resurgence. of
I-
country.
Bell-bottom jeans and your Wranglers.
But the thing is, I'd have to like go somewhere to like take. Like I can't just do that in front of a backdrop. Like we'd have to like go out.
Okay, we can continue brainstorming after the podcast.
But I have kind of been resurfacing my country era a little bit. Just a tiny bit. Because I go to this like country little rodeo thing. And it's like, I'm not gonna lie, at first I kind of bashed it. But then like now I do kind of have like a little bit of fun when I go. I do not line dance. Do not get any
I was
ideas.
gonna ask if you wanted to come line dancing.
Tyler line dances though. What do you think?
I was
line
wondering if
dance?
if you were ever gonna go because you go with that one.
This
person,
is
so I
a
was
new
like,
character development.
Yeah, I line dance.
He goes to like lessons. You've been to like 3,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I go line
Well,
dancing.
Going to 3 lessons is different than line dancing.
I mean, I would
you
consider
yourself a line dancer?
after 3
mean-
lessons, I would consider yes.
Yeah, they're 3-hour lessons.
3 hours at a time?
Yeah.
Plus
So
it.
you've been in 9 hours of
Plus
line
it.
dancing?
In my ball.
He said, and a 1,
And it's very
2,
country. Like
3,
people bring
kick.
their country
1.
boots, and there's like the wood floor, and you have to put your feet in the little like.
Do you wear
husk.
boots?
I don't have a pair of boots.
Oh,
What
are
would
you
you
planning
do
on
if you
getting
had
a
them?
Do you
pair
want to
of
borrow mine?
Potentially.
You should go line dancing. Say it right now on the podcast. Will you go
So
line dancing?
here's the thing.
Okay, she's a wow, just like a
No,
politician.
line dancing's kind of hard.
It is kind of hard.
And I think like being dyslexic, I have a hard time.
Yeah,
I
because like
have
you
some
have to have
issues
like
with it,
good
too.
like directional. Be like, we're all going to the right, but
Right.
then you go to the left.
Versus like the dancing that like I used to do, it was very like intentional about like like ballet was very strategical versus line dancing is very like left right left right left right left right
It is a little difficult.
versus like ballet's
struggle
kind
my
of
way
ballet's
through
more of
it.
a flow like you flow into
Well,
ballet.
there's more muscle memory in other types of dance, but this is a little bit more methodical.
Also, if I'm being honest, I get a little bit bored of it too because the one that I do know, like the Cotton Eye Joe one, you just do the
What
thing.
the heck? That's
You have just offended line dancers everywhere.
girl.
It's the same
I would
thing
get bored
over
if
and
the
over
only
and
dance
over.
I knew
But I'm
was
saying
a 15-year-old
It's the
dance
same
we would do in
8
middle
counts.
school.
Like even like, did your boots stop working? Did they? Like it's the same 8 counts just over and over and over. And again, I'm watching
That's
them all.
a very lame line dance. It's only 8 counts. I'm just saying.
I don't know. Yeah.
God,
Anyways.
Because I was a professional dancer.
Look out, potentially for my yeehaw birthday. Oh, girl, shoot.
Maybe. And there's a lot of birthday stuff going on because you also got invited to a stranger's birthday party.
Guys, I'm so scared. I never I'm social with the people that I know.
Can we define stranger?
She matched with him on
No,
Hinge.
okay. Someone that I know, a mutual acquaintance. He actually is like an acquaintance because I have.
You guys are friends. I don't even understand where this is coming
But
from.
I don't think we are we?
Okay, well, let's break this down. How many times have you seen this person in person?
Like maybe 4 times. But
Okay.
like
You are Cap. You've seen him 4 times. You've seen him only 4 times in your life.
I think so.
How
Okay,
many
but
times have you actually talked with him?
twice.
Okay.
And how long were those conversations?
The first one was just like passing. Like,
Okay.
again, like again, I've said hi at the pickleball
And do you
court.
share mutual friends?
Yes.
Okay.
So we share one mutual friend.
So it's someone you just don't know
You're just lying.
No,
and
the
you're-
one that I'm going with. Like that's who I'm. considering.
Shakira's friends with him.
Shakira's not friends with him. She told me that.
Okay, but I just mean like in terms of the story.
I was saying Shakira as if nobody can guess who this person is.
When I hear I'm going to a stranger's birthday party, that's like someone walked up to you and was like, "Do you want to come to my birthday
Okay.
party?" As like a TikTok or
you're meeting
something.
them for essentially the first time.
Right.
Yes.
But this sounds like
I'm
something you
going
just
to
don't know very well.
It sounds like you need to define your relationship with him.
Like you're just like, this is someone that you just like are getting to know, but you're going to a birthday party.
And that's it's weird because I feel like the fact that I'm like it feels so like
Personal,
right? Like I was like I got invited to like your birthday
Right.
party, so then
But
I
it sounds like it's gonna be a big thing.
She also didn't respond to him on the apps or for his text. She's left him
no,
on red
no,
twice.
I did not. I said I was going,
You texted last night at like 12 a.m. You were like, I haven't made up my mind yet.
but I told him I would let him know. So it was I wasn't not responding. I literally was like, it's also my birthday weekend, so I will let you know. 'Cause we have the same birthday.
I'm a little busy
At the
with
same
my
birthday?
my
Yeah.
cowgirl
It's good from the
shoot.
star sign standpoint.
Ooh.
we both have the
From,
same
like,
birthday.
compatibility
both
standpoint?
Leos.
Do you hear that?
Yeah, but
Also
I
an
also
aughts? Aughts
guys-
or not?
Wait, I was trying not to.
Why?
Wait, is he also an aughts baby?
What does that mean?
Same year.
Same year?
Yeah, same year.
I think that's extra lucky.
They
That's
just
fun.
came out with a study. I'm not saying that I believe it. I just thought it was
A
funny.
study?
It was like a study from like a university, but like
I
the,
feel like she's switching topics.
the line of it just was so funny, and it was like new study shows that people who believe in astrology are narcissistic or something, and it was like a study talking about it.
Say it fully because it's good for the TikTok clip.
No, it was. I don't remember what the clip
Yes,
was.
you do.
No, I don't.
She's protecting herself.
But it just seemed so funny because again, I was like, obviously, there's no scientifical, because that was the whole thing. It was like, though there is no scientific evidence backed up behind astrology, and I was like, did anyone think that there was scientific?
Wait, but like there kind of is though, because it's based
Oh.
off of the planets.
Sorry.
So I just mean like
My bad.
it's based off. I mean, like,
It's
obviously.
mathematical, but it's not scientifical.
It just was saying it was the study was saying that it was like people use it as an excuse to make bad decisions.
for sure.
I can see that, but I just mean like in terms of astrology, it's like one of like the oldest
Right.
practices.
I mean,
but it's
listen.
based off of the positioning of the planets and like your reaction to that.
I do think there are some
I feel like
weird
that's
coincidences, especially when it comes to people and like sort of compatibility things. Because again, like I have like seen people where I'm just like, okay, I guarantee you're an XYZ,
Okay, let's
and
call
then they
him
are.
Gru.
Gru.
Pickleball guy.
Okay.
Are you saying because of that, you don't think you're compatible with Gru?
When did I say that?
You literally just said that there's incompatibility issues with
I'm talking
people.
about someone else.
Well, Tyler said that Gru, it's good star signs.
Okay. Anyway.
So you're going to
So
his
I
birthday.
We're going to Gru's
I
birthday.
was
you
going
feel
to
awkward
No,
about it?
I was going to say no
Okay.
because I heard of how big of like a group was going. Like
Okay.
he was,
Gru's group was big.
All
Yeah.
the minions.
and they're all gonna steal the moon.
Is that- they were all like wearing overalls, kind of weird.
But no, I
Oh my god, that's your birthday shoe. Minions.
like no. Like you guys are not understanding the severity of the situation. Like I know it's funny for you guys, but throw out some real ideas.
Back to Gru.
So the party was very big. Like it was a large amount, and
Gru's party.
immediately, like in my head, I was
And
like,
The
Gru's
social
party
anxiety.
is growing by the minute.
Okay, I will say I was in the exact same position as you, where I had a friend who invited me to somebody else's friend's party that I didn't even know.
oof.
And then I went there with a group of probably 30 people.
Oh wow.
Oh,
That is a big
And then I ended up making friends with the person who I go line dancing with.
wow.
See, full
See, you
circle.
never
We're tying it all
But
back
see, that
together.
is the thing is
like the
Right.
line dance.
that was
Line dancing
Right.
is not a circle.
it's not
But when you
circle.
get to the end, you basically
You start
completed
back
the loop.
over.
Okay.
Anyways, I wasn't gonna go because of my social anxiety, and then I texted the friend who was gonna go, and I was kind of like iffy on if I was even close enough with her to be like, hey, like,
That's like how you meet.
Like,
Get closer to people.
yeah,
You throw yourself into situations.
She immediately was like, girl, like you have to go, like come over to my house before, like let's get ready. And then I was like, oh, and then it just kind of was a mindset shifting because this is something I was talking to my therapist about. Is I always immediately jump to the like not even like worst case scenario. I jump to what I think people are thinking in the
Right.
worst
What
sense.
What was the worst case scenario?
Like in my head, I was thinking that she would be like, "Oh, like that's so annoying that you're texting me. Like,
Right.
just go."
or like you. Like,
Or,
I don't
like-
want to go with
Or
you.
right, her being like,
That
"I
grew up.
like her being like, "Oh, I have a boyfriend. Like, I don't need to like babysit you and your social
Right.
anxiety or whatever." So then
Harsh.
I told you, like that is no,
But no, I totally
trust
get
me,
it.
My inner dialogue is not very nice.
But I feel like it's so fun, especially that you guys have the exact same birthday, because then it's also kind of like your birthday party too.
like show up with a sash. It's my birthday girl.
I just completely hijack his party.
I like put my own decorations in the party bus. It's
you
like,
you know that
Wait,
he's like
wait.
also gonna be like, it's Eden's birthday, like happy birthday to Eden.
When you're
like,
singing
no.
the song, you're like, happy birthday to me.
Well,
that
it's the same thing where Gru is not even close to being
It
secretive.
doesn't matter. I just don't like to drop people's names.
No, I mean,
What if they're
keep their
scrolling?
names
What
out.
if they're scrolling on
Are
TikTok?
you talking to the editor?
Yes, I said put a Gru over my mouth when I actually said his name.
And you want him to put in Gru?
Sure. Or I'll steal the moon.
Please, editor.
Oh
Just
my
get creative. I
God.
should do whatever you want in that little situation right there.
Okay.
Anyway, so I'm pushing my boundaries and I'm going to a party full of people I don't know.
We cannot wait to hear how this goes during next
follow
podcast.
up.
Follow up.
Yes.
I'm very excited.
And
to
the
hear
question
it.
is, do I have to invite him to my birthday?
Yes, Eden. What is wrong with you?
have to.
Yes, you do.
No,
That
you
is like
don't.
Well,
social.
I mean, it depends on how intimate your party's gonna be versus
And
his
there's,
party.
I'm prefacing that there are people going to Gru's birthday party that she's inviting to hers.
You're right. I feel like because
Okay,
the
then
girl.
yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
you're
then
right.
in that
I'll
case,
invite him.
Stanzanella is coming. It's like not even hiding it for them. If they were to go fast, it's like
That's
I know.
like for Taylor Swift, like with like her song about Kim. It's like "Thank You, Amy," and she's like, "I changed all the names, so you'll never know who this is about." Literally, it's like Kim. I'm like, okay.
She
Like
said
the
you're
same
not
thing.
sly.
Tay ain't slick. Took me
Yeah,
a second.
my
to say
biggest
that.
fear is that like I always know that like my friends or people aren't going to be watching the podcast, but my worst fear is that like
You
a-
never know with the shorts. They
That's
serve
what
that
I'm
up to
saying. The
everyone.
TikToks or the shorts.
But what's wrong with it if they do? What's the worst case scenario?
Nothing, but there are some stories that I've wanted to talk about on the podcast.
And you should. You should be allowed to. Don't live your life worrying about what other people
like
are
the
gonna think.
only reason, the only way I would do the one story is more from an educational standpoint
Oh.
of like
Educational.
how not to get screwed over by people.
You talking about Voldemort?
Yeah.
Die.
I think you could talk about that one.
We could talk about Voldemort in a different one.
Yeah.
That would need to be like a whole like that would have to
The
be
whole
Entire
podcast.
session just about Voldemort.
Fun fact: Eden once stole my best friend when I was a kid and dated him.
Okay.
That was weird. that was pretty traumatizing.
You dated my friend.
Who?
Sam Janelle.
She was not your friend first.
What? She 100% was. Yes.
Anyways, that's another story too.
Anyways,
Eden doesn't
moral of the
have-
story:
listen.
don't hang out with your siblings' friends,
Moral of the
or
story-
you'll date them.
No, moral of the story is Eden is not good with men. And to really hammer that nail in, we were out at, we'll call it, we were,
No, we don't.
we were at the Stars. We were out at the Stars. And she would go up to men and then be like, hey, I have a gift for you. Open up your hand. And then drop ice cubes in their hand and run away. And they're just sitting there soaking wet with like a handful of ice
Or
cubes.
a menace when you go out.
That's the word that everyone
And
uses.
there was one that was like kind of mean. He was like sitting alone and he was just like looking around. And he's like, oh my gosh, someone's going to talk to me. And she's like, open up your hand. Drop.
That's so
That's
gross.
her signature move. That's her
Is
calling
it coming
card.
from your drink? Like you
It was
drank
just
your
water.
drink,
It's
This
just
is
ice
water.
cubes. It's just ice cubes.
but like you haven't drinking out of this, or you drink out of your cup,
I
and
think
then
it'd
you're
be
dropping
less
the ice
gross
cube.
that she drank from it than shoving her little grimy hands in there, handing them ice, and then they just like drop and they just like look at their friends like,
You're gonna have bad karma.
So funny.
it was really
literally-
funny. It
All
was
of my
really
friends
funny.
were like getting the biggest like if there's one thing about me, it's like I definitely am the funny
Some
one
guys
when we're out
deserve.
and about.
Some guys deserve it.
Menace or not, like it is. I just like I don't
She's
know.
a menace.
My thing is that like I'm just never gonna see these people again. And if you're in that setting,
What if they're watching the podcast right now?
well, actually, I
What if they
do
go
run
back to
into
the
this
same
one
place?
I was
guy.
gonna say, I feel like the odds of
No,
that
you're
actually
right.
very
There's,
high.
I ran into one guy like
Did we run
4
into one
weekends in
guy?
a row.
Someone
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
We
you
run
guys-
into our extra all
you
the
guys
time.
are, like, on the exact-
from the bodyguard.
Yeah, I don't know why you're so surprised. They're like 2 different cities
There's
to
like,
go out in.
and only a couple stars in those plays.
So like the odds are incredibly high of running into these people again at the
You're
same
like, I'll
place.
never see them again. I bump into the same people
And they're like, there's
week
like
after week.
a hate club of the like we hate Eden. It's like all the men that have been like had like a menacing act done by
They're
me.
like, beware of the girl.
They're like, if you see her walk up and she asks you if you want a gift,
Do not
say
take
no.
ice from Eden.
I had a story that I was gonna.
Should we talk about our worst date?
If you would like to.
Go for it.
I
You
think
start us
we've-
up.
We've already talked about this before.
Oh, have we?
Yeah, in like episode 1 or 2.
Oh,
Did you
we're
recently
just-
have a bad one? Because that would be
No.
the shocker of a lifetime.
Okay. First of all,
that came out before I could stop it.
first of all, my God.
Big yikes.
When was your last date?
It was a long time ago.
Okay.
Ooh.
Listen, at
Mine was
least
like-
I just struggle with getting matches, which is sad and true. You just ignore them.
No, I
Or
went-
you just go to their birthday parties and never talk about it.
I did go on a hike once, and then I accidentally.
That was a date.
Yeah, what you think it was?
The rock
Was it
climber?
hiking?
Yeah,
That
we
was
went out like 3
that's
times.
crazy. That's crazy.
Anyways, I led us
Ye-
astray on the wrong trail, and then halfway through, I was like, we are lost.
Well,
That's great.
Oh my goodness.
can't navigate
Yeah.
relationships or the trails. Okay, I'm done. I'm
Sounds like
done.
Cole's self-projecting himself onto me.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, maybe at the end of the summer you'll get better luck. Speaking of end of the summer,
I was gonna say maybe you guys should all make a goal to go on like a date
oh, I thought
to
you
be
were
able
gonna
to
say
talk about
double
on the
date. And I was like, I'd rather move to.
Make
Yeah.
a goal.
by the like end of summer that like
Dude, I deleted
one date.
dating apps. They were
No.
just too they were too sad.
well like you meet people
I
at
was
the
only.
courts.
This is like. I think my profile was too serious. So this isn't a bad thing. I was only matching with women who already had children and clearly were like.
established.
right looking for like
for-
a serious father figure.
They're
They were
like-
looking for a man to
I
be
was
the
like,
daddy.
I'm not about that.
Cole said not yet.
I'm also at the age where I am no longer looking to date older. Because then they're like basically 30, and that's kind of crazy.
Okay, but you know how they say
But that's like such a big difference, actually, like a life difference.
You know how they say every decision like creates another parallel universe?
Yeah.
So imagine the parallel universe where Cole does go on a date and then has a kid in that parallel universe.
So weird.
Listen, I would have kids now, if I could.
But you just said
But
you
you
didn't
just said
want
you didn't
to.
want
I don't want someone else. Okay. Hold on. Hold on.
Sound the alarm!
These-
Cancel it! Sound the
These
alarm!
are all these children. They're like 9 years old. And all these women are like 35 with like children who are like 7 years old. I am not ready for that responsibility. That is not what I meant by that.
Okay.
And don't you dare make it look like it was.
That's awkward.
Okay,
Not, and it's like 1,000 degrees in here, so now I'm sweating. That was crazy.
That's what's
That was-
so high in here.
Why y'all do that? Okay?
If you make it so easy.
You guys baited me so hard. That was insane. I would
That's so
happily
funny.
have someone else's children. They just gotta be on the same page as me. Younger, child has to be younger. Cause like that's crazy. You cannot tell me that you would go into a relationship at this age of your life. It's like a 9-year-old kid. There's like, they're basically like your best buddy, who's 9. Well,
Isn't that what a kid is?
maybe, but like the dude could dap you up. Like they're basically an adult at that point.
Okay, calm down. We're kidding.
We know, yes, we know you would gladly take in
We're
someone else's
kidding.
kid as your
You
own.
sent me into a spiral.
We understand completely.
Given the right
Okay.
time, Cole would gladly take a kid into his own, and he
I've
would.
thought about that. Like, you know, if somebody had a child and then they were like, oh, like, we're looking for like a dad, like even just not outside of a relationship.
Just
It
like
does
if they're
seem-
like platonically we're looking for a dad.
Like mostly like,
What
no,
does that
I mean
mean?
in
like
my
if
head.
it was like a partner.
If Shakira was like,
Yeah. Like
No.
is that what he's asking?
I don't know why this came up. Okay, there's some sort of story where somebody dropped their kid off at like a fire station.
It
Okay.
happens
Oh,
pretty
yeah, it
quickly.
Wasn't
happens
it
a
our
lot.
one friend Mofi? I'm not as good at it. But wasn't at her place of residence. Somebody had dropped off a kid, and they were like, "Hey, we need somebody to take the kid in." Right?
Yeah. When
Well,
she was working at the fire station.
Mofi works at a hospital, so
Yeah.
yes, that happens.
No, but I thought somebody
they don't
dro-
just give it to strangers.
Oh,
Did they
but
give
I
it to
thought
the
there
fire
was-
but no,
department?
they do. People
But
drop
I
them
just
off at
had
the fire
that thought where,
department.
like, if I was in this situation where someone was like, "Hey, we need you to take this
So
kid in,"
adopting.
Oh,
a kid.
like,
Like
fostering.
foster?
right? Yeah, more
I would
like
foster if I needed to.
Yeah.
Right. Like there's like
But
I've
you
heard
wouldn't
of
wanna-
situations like if like there were like a family friend like where there's a tragedy
Right.
and they're like we'll take the
So more
children as
taking
our own.
in a
Right.
child,
Right.
but fostering would imply that you would only be having them until they were
get
adopted.
Right.
But you're saying that you would like raise a kid if it was a situation.
Right.
Well-
That's what I mean. Like, I don't necessarily want kids, but I feel like if I was put in a situation
I
That you would.
where, right,
That would be
Like,
that'd
I
be-
would step up. Like
that'd be a
use
cute
volunteers.
movie. Like
Right.
someone who never wanted kids.
Right.
I'm sure that is.
I think there's many of those.
Well, okay, I have two folder questions. One, would you ever go on a double date with your siblings?
Not
Like
my
a
not like a
first
first
one?
date.
Not
Not at first, but
siblings.
later.
Oh.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
after 100%.
Eden and I were on. No,
Wait.
When Tyler crashed my date with all of his
Oh.
friends, and like all of his friends are like walking by, and they're like, "Oh my god, they're like, oh, this is crazy! Don't look at me!" And then literally, I look over, and I kid you not, they all have their menus, and they're like,
You just exposed
Peeking
my
out.
thighs.
"Oh, sorry."
My
They're like
tasty
peeking
thighs.
around the menu, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And that was the night that I was gonna end it too. So it was.
Oh, Eden.
I did.
Oh, the relationship. I was like, you cannot make jokes like
She's like, it was
that.
so embarrassing. I was just gonna end
Oh
it all.
my god. I was like,
Oh,
what? Dude, it was such a bad day.
That's
Anyways,
so funny. Guys,
that-
I've only ever been on 2 first dates. And they both led to long-term relationships.
Good for you.
So I don't have fun
Good for you.
dating
It's-
stories to share.
It's great. Have you ever gotten screwed over by a guy?
Anyways, let's go to summer. It's the end of summer. End of summer. Any sad plans? Well, first of all, I feel like I was robbed out of. Summers in Arizona are never really summer because it's so hot.
I hate it this summer. I will say I hated the
I
summer.
felt like the summer was very tolerable.
But also, okay, here, this is my shocking fact. I'm going to cry even just saying this. My apartment does not get good air conditioning. So I have it set where it only goes
'Cause you have
up
two
to
stories.
85 degrees, which is very hot. And it goes up to 85 and then it gets a little bit, like if it hits 85, then it brings it back down to like maybe 82 or something like that.
Oh, like you have it set if it goes over 85, it turns on.
Right. So bring it back down
Right.
to 85.
Yeah.
So that's not
I'm gonna need
unreasonable.
you to come back down to earth.
Yeah.
My electricity bill was $400 last month.
So was mine.
Yeah, ours was too.
$400 in air conditioning.
But it
But
never
it's
got
just the
below
two-
80
and
degrees.
and it
is
was
what he's saying.
So now I just gave up my air conditioner. So I only turn it on at nighttime when I sleep. But during the day, I'm just sweating in my house because I'm not paying to not be
Well,
comfortable.
no, the weekends are cheaper, so do it on the weekends.
I don't have the weekend plan. So for my plan,
It's just
all the fun things of APS, it's just a flat rate that I pay. But
APS is stupid.
yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
Ours is
Boycott
pretty
APS.
Electricity is
expensive.
stupid. Like the fact that you have to pay for electricity is
I
dumb.
will say it's just usually the 2 months of the high, and then
Yeah.
it comes back down.
the
and then
pool has added so much to our electricity bill.
Has it? Like how much?
Like, I think it's like added like an extra like $150. Gosh,
Ooh.
like we're getting rid of the pool.
That is
I mean,
one for a
use
pool
it,
that you
I
don't
mean,
use.
Okay, the pool. We're not even going to get into it. This is a whole other podcast thing. It's getting very hot in here. Speaking
I know
of
it
air
is really
conditioning,
hot.
Yeah, I think we
I
can
think
wrap
we're
it
also
up.
like at it.
We're at time.
it's been great. Lots of stories.
I feel like it picked up at the end there. I was kind of snoozing off as Ethan was talking about ClassPass, and then we came right back at it. Got very.
Did
I
spicy.
you
feel like I
learn
get
nothing
targeted.
from Why She Buys?
I feel like I get targeted.
Yeah, maybe all the girls listening related.
They
to
might
the
have. That's why I
pasta.
didn't say anything.
Because I heard that and I thought, wow, ClassPass is the girl's girl.
And then I was doodling.
They
I
were
didn't
all
say anything.
crying listening to it. Like they're like, I have
The girls-
endometriosis. What's it called?
Endometriosis.
I have endometriosis and I relate to Eden.
Yeah, apparently Cole can't. Cole thinks I'm just a snooze fest. Maybe I shouldn't even be here.
Did I use those
Jumping
words?
to the biggest conclusion.
Did
See,
I-
we're learning a lot about everybody in
Did
this
I use
episode.
those words?
You said it was
Okay.
a snooze fest.
I did not. Did I say snooze fest? What in what
Wait,
context?
now that
a
you
bit.
can, now that you can see what happens, and when I say these things, Cole's like, I did
No,
not.
I said I was snoozing.
You said
You said
snooze
There's
fest.
no
you said
way.
during
Eden, we can run this tape.
Oh my! I
I
feel
meant from
seen.
my
I
standpoint,
feel. No,
I
I'm
was
good. I'm happy
snoozing.
again because I now have the evidence that I need to back up, if anything, in the future.
It's so hot
I'm
here.
It's
sweating.
very
All
hot. I
right.
usually crank the air and I forgot to.
Goodbye, guys.
See you
There
next
are
time.
days where that soldier boy will crank you, and there are days where you will crank that soldier boy.
What did that come from? Oh, last topic. Have you guys seen Snoop Dogg at the Olympics? He is so funny.
What category is he performing?
No,
We need to end this.
he's
We
just
should just talk
he's there
about it next time.
watching.
Oh.
No, he's narrating.
And watching. Tyler said, "What
Did you
what
see-
sport is he competing in?"
Did you see how hot the Italian swim team is?
No.
Oh,
So
You haven't been
hot.
watching like the diving or anything?
Bro, they are so
so hot.
hot.
Okay.
They are almost as hot as this room.
okay, that's a clippable moment for the TikTok. Hey, you want to speak to them right now?
Instead
Said
of marry
mama.
me.
She said, "Mamma mia." Wait, that's not. Wait, is that Italian?
Yeah.
Or is that Greek?
No, it's not.
No, it's Italian.
You're thinking of my big fat Greek wedding.
Can we leave?
Wait, what do you say to the swim team?
I don't know. I have to think about that.
Would you go to their birthday party?
Sure would. I will literally.
Okay. On that note,
We're done.
I just hope I
Have
don't
you
become
seen-
friends with
it's
them
like-
because then Ida will definitely date them.
Okay. No, we're not doing that.
This is the like after dark section. Of the
It was like
podcast.
what time? Also, I like how Cole is like harping on Eden for dating his friends when he absolutely has done the exact same
That
thing.
is literally
We
what I'm
were-
saying.
You basically dated Shmalena.
She was my friend first. That's not even. She is another who stole my friend. We were friends. I brought Eden into that friend group. Gladly so.
Elena. Oh my god. What about Shmalamali?
Oh, so my friend first. You guys cannot just keep adding. Like, if I was like schmacks, Gabrielle did it schmacks. And then schmacosh right now.
Schmacosh. Oh, schmeeny to schmo.
What about Sproden? Alright, that's going to miss.
Who?
Sproden? Wait, what the hell was his name? Am I tripping?
I did not date a Broden.
What about Schmadam?
First of all, don't ever say that.
You ran into him?
Okay.
Cut that part. That was location specific.
This
Okay, we're done. We're done. We're ending this.
I'm ready for lunch.
Schmeal Schmader.
We're schmout.
Maurice or Schmenemau.
See what I have to deal with.
Also, like, just like how sweaty you guys look and how unhinged you look. Everyone's gonna be like, this.
Imagine. What is going on? I'm frightened.
We are schmear.
Imagine someone's just scrolling through TikTok and this is just the clip they see and they're like,
It's like a Simish podcast.
they're like, what?
Schmade and Schmade
What are you guys even saying
That
at this
didn't even
point?
make
are
sense.
outside being
Wait,
like, what the heck is
Let's
happening?
do the. There's this last thing I swear.
You said that about Snoop Dogg.
For the TikTok.
You seriously said that about
Smoosh
Snoop Dogg.
Okay.
What?
The Italian men.
Okay. There's this trend where like I'm gonna do something and then you have to mimic me. Okay.
Okay.
I'm schmear
Ready?
gonna schmear
Ready?
Okay.
Give me my money. Yeah. Woo.
Give me my money.
Yeah. Woo.
Do it.
I'm afraid. Give me my money. Yeah.
That was schmearsly schmissifying.
I schmended schmo.
If you expect people to understand this, they are not.
End the podcast now.
I do 24 tomorrow.
Oh.
I'm schmearsly just schmealizing that.
Schmar, schmerning, schmucking, schmold.
Well, yours aren't making sense anymore.
I'm like delusional.
Okay,
at
then
this point.
end the podcast, please.
Schmai.
Schmee later. Smell it.
No.
Schmadios.
Schmayanara.
Schma shore.
That's
Oh, wait, that's
hello.
hello. Schmalola.
Schmarigato.
Schmonichua for watching.
Schmike and
I'm leaving the room.